Okay, needless to say, we've got the 4C cage. We're not going to talk about modal cages today, but we're just going. Okay, here's an A-shaped 1 in that cage, so it'd be root 3, 5. There's your 1 there. Now, where's the 4th? The 4th is E-shaped, so it'd go root 4, 6. There's your 4th. See how this isn't really embedded in the chart the way that we want to see it, so I just put it up there for reference, and then we have an A shape in the A cage, rather. This means in the A cage over here, which would be 5, the A cage would be here. See, it's not really in the chart right now, but C goes to A, and it would be the 7th right there. It would be that half-diminished 7th. It'd be 7, 2, 4. Okay, so it'd be we do have that. We do have that because both in the A cage we have the 1, 5, root 3, and then we have the 4, 7, 2. Okay, so that's a way to find that shape right there. Okay, it's essentially drop the root chord of A, which is in the next cage, by the way, a little bit into the next cage. Notice we're not just looking at the C cage here. So I think the most important thing for this one is to realize that we're using the easy substitution rule. So here's our easy substitution, the 2 minor, and just add the 7th. Okay, and we're going to have that on each one of the cages, just 2 minor, add the 7th. I just haven't colored it in here, but I've colored it in down here. So the A minor, remember that the 2 minor is going to be in purple. Okay, so these are our shapes involved here. Don't worry so much about this right now, but this does give you this A minor right here as the 5th shape in that it's not a tripentatonic, it's a trimodal. So it'd be the A cage, okay, and it would be essentially the same thing as we had before. The E-shaped 5, 1, and then the G-shaped, the A minor shape, so it'd be like this. This is the 5 cage here. There's our second minor. It starts with the 5, it goes to the root. Okay, so it's just this thing that I do. Okay, so that's really the tripentatonic is the root. Okay, the root effect. So I used that little thing, and I just had a funny feeling that I could work that into all this. Now I want to show you that this is how to make the diminished chord. You're simply going to use the easy rule where you take the minor, the second minor, so in the A cage, okay, in the A cage the second minor is going to be the C minor, but we have sunken notes down here in that C minor shape. 6, 2, 4, 6, right there, starting from the A. 6, 2, 4. And then the 6 will be up here. Okay, but in the A cage, we're here. Here's 5 root 3. So all we really have to do is drop the root to the second, and we have our little. Okay, right there, except I'm not. Are you seeing it? Just the 3 notes, 4, 7, 2. Right there, you could call that your little, it's like a D-shaped half-diminished. Whatever little way you have to remember it. You'd want to get this 6 if you wanted to get anything on that top string. You wouldn't be able to get this, would be too far away. So that would be a 7th chord. Okay, so again, you just bar the 2 and the 4. Okay. Okay, it'd be like this. There's your. Try to get it. See, I was kind of like muting that string because my big fingers. Okay, let's zoom out because I want to show you. This is not an easy topic, but it's easy if we use a systematic approach. Again, we could do the same thing. The technique that's being illustrated here is that, okay, here we can get the A minor. Okay, so there's really no reason to even show the G minor shape except for the fact that this is going in the word cage. So it's C, A, G, and we have a G minor shape, 2, 4, 6, 2 right there. 2, 4, 6, 2 goes into the A minor shape there. Okay, but this would be inaccessible in a G cage. And then we go back up to 6, 2 there. So that would be inaccessible. But it's still the G minor shape right there if you wanted to arpeggiate it. Okay, in that G cage, which starts on the 6 up here. You can barely get it like that. Okay, the 4th. So we're on the 6 here. We're going to start on the 2 way up here. Okay, the 4, I did get that. Now, how did we end up getting that with the capo on the 6? Oh, well, it is accessible. It is accessible. You never know. We got a nice shape up here. It's a nice A minor shape. It's just up a little high on the neck for me. For me, big fingers. Yeah, and it just goes on and on. So we're either going to get a shape we can play as a substitution. In the E cage, you go, E goes to G. E goes up that third to G in the pentatonic scale. E to G. That G is going to have some problems maybe in that E cage. Okay, but if we got it barred on the root, where we often have the E cage barred on the root, you want to play a bar chord. You want to play it on the root. Okay, so the E cage is usually barred on the root, but the strict E cage, because in the cage system we got to stop somewhere here, and we get about, we don't get the whole E cage, but the whole E cage is really, okay, it's really there. So we've got that going on in the E cage. A cage, the substitution of the second shape from the D in the D cage rather. D shape goes to E shape. We've got an E minor shape here. We're going to add the 7th to it to get a half diminished. Okay, so we're essentially going to be playing an A minor there, and we might want to hit this 7 up here. So let's look at that in the D cage. I could do it down here, a whole octave down from your D cage up here. Okay, so here's your D cage. Here's your root 5, root 3 in the D cage. The second minor from the D is going to be an E minor shape because we're going up pentatonic. So it's okay, but we want to hit that 7, and what do we get when we get it? Ah,